Expects every man to do his duty. We've currently got a Prime Minister who couldn't tell you what a man or a woman is. We used to have the finest country in the world, the best place in the world to live by a country mile. And some time ago, collectively, our political leaders decided to turn everything upside down and invert everything. And the people who promoted the decline of this country, the people on the ground, normally the spineless, very colourful lanyard wearers, yeah? I mean, their commitments, it might be 10 miles wide, but it's only half an inch thick. It can never stand up to real patriots. It can't stand up to arguments. It can't stand up to debate, which is why they never have a debate. It's all about an agreed narrative. Well, I don't agree to the narrative. We've all got to stand up and be counted before we get to the tipping point for our society. Maybe that's what it's going to take to wake most of the people up. But we're damn close now to the tipping point. And the way we resist is we argue against their lies. We stand up. We say no. No is a small word. But if 1 million, 2 million, 3 million of us say it, it will be heard. It will resonate in the halls of the self-proclaimed elite. We need to protect our freedom of speech. Without that, we have no freedom at all. And I can tell you from experience, in the big house down the road, the mother of all parliaments, there's a lot of things they don't want to talk about down there. They don't want to talk about excess deaths. They don't want to talk about vaccine harms. They don't want to talk about the WHO treaty. They don't want to talk about the EU Defence and Security Pact we're going to get pushed into. They don't want to talk about the cost, the human cost and the financial cost of the disastrous net zero projects. And that shows all of these things for what they are. Because you don't have to protect the truth. You only have to protect lies. Because the truth is like the lions in Trafalgar Square. The truth can protect itself. All we have to do is set it free. The rate of decline is increasing. You know it, I know it, and they know it. It's going to get worse before it gets better. Yep. But it will get better. With your support, I know that we can turn this country around, and to coin a phrase, the best is yet to come. Enjoy the rest of the afternoon. I know that when the time comes, you will do your duty. Thank you very much for listening to me.
There's so many issues they do not want us to talk about. There's so many issues that we have to talk about. If there's 500,000 people watching this, Big Pharma control the media, our government and politicians have betrayed us all, we were all lied to, we were all deceived. I want to introduce a brave warrior with William Wallace in his veins. Watch this.
Lying in bed, I was getting killed by my mother and everything. And someone messaged me on Instagram and they said, don't know if you're a spiritual person, John, a little bit. And my advice is you better turn to God or someone up there and you better pray. And I swear to you, I prayed like no deal, and I said, I promise you right here, right now, if you can get me better, if you can get my heart rate back to normal, I'm making this promise straight in line now. I will make as much noise about this as possible, and I'll try and help as many people as I possibly can, sir.
Which is what you're doing. What he was more broadly insinuating, let me be unequivocal from this dispatch box, that COVID vaccines are safe.
Let's have our next question, please.
Hey, Sunak.
Skeletal. Platform is such a way these platforms you can't speak against the massive rights of someone money. I was screaming for help when it comes to fucking
You know what, Hancock? I won't be yipping. I won't be gonna cartoons and say, fuck you! Paul stands here with people to dance! God knows how they want you!
I don't understand what's going on in mainstream media. You feel like you in the mainstream media are doing a far more damage than good by not speaking about the truth.
Call me misinformation! Call me! Radical misinformation!
Why are the people who are in charge, who told us all to do the right thing, have left us all tear up, Rishi Sunak look me in the eye?
Everybody is doing this, man. Just keep going, keep doing what they're doing. Obviously, I've tried to do as much as I can to raise awareness on this matter. It doesn't matter how many times, they want to shut me down on TikTok and YouTube. I'll just keep going. People may say, this guy seems to be everywhere. It's because I want to be everywhere now, John, because I said it was bringing noise, and this is what I'm doing.
Hello, London. I say to people, bring the noise. Well, fuck me, London, did you bring the noise today? That's what I'm talking about. Send a message to these bastards and let them know they're all going to stand down. I want to give a massive round of applause to this man over here for giving me an opportunity to speak in front of the tens of thousands in this country. So the question is, how many of us took the COVID vaccine? The question is, how many of us feel ashamed that we took the COVID-19 vaccine and were forced into a situation that we should never have been in? They fucking lied to everybody. Big Pharma, government, the fucking lot. People have died and they lied. I know people with amputations. I know people that are no longer here that lost their husband. How many of you seen that with me with Rishi Sunak? Not that many. And you know what they done the next day? They went on the mainstream media and they called me a fucking anti-vaxxer. How can it be that when I took 3 of these fucking poisonous things? Let's all cast ourselves back to 2020. What did they do to us all? Locked us in the house. And what did they do? They were out fucking partying. Then they brought out the safe and effective vaccine. Was it fucked? Then what they done was they tried to divide us unvaccinated versus vaccinated tech. Together we are stronger. And that's the message coming from a Scotsman. To everybody who didn't touch that vaccine, bravo! Hold your heads up high because you've all done the right thing. do this for me. I don't do it for gratification or anything like that. I do this to raise awareness on this most important subject. I know there's people in that audience that are affected by that thing. I know that people are lost. I know that there's so many people there that don't even realise they're injured from that thing. Because the doctors are not putting pen to paper. That's the harsh reality of this. The doctors and nurses are all failing us by not standing up and realising there's a problem going on in this country regarding that vaccine. But again, most importantly, why do I do this? I do it for the ones that are no longer here. Pay respect to these people because they died unnecessary deaths, man. So I was bedridden for 13 months and spent 40 grand to try and get my life back. And I made the promise that as soon as I get my bed, I would go toe-to-toe with one of these bastards. See, if I was in charge of this country, I'd bankrupt that wee bastard, Rishi Sunak. I really would. You know, Rishi Sunak complaining he didn't have Sky TV. See, if I was finished, you wouldn't be able to own a TV, man, you couldn't afford it. So where are we at 2024? Regarding people that have been injured from the vaccine, nowhere. Nowhere. We've lost all the politicians that are speaking out regarding it. We've got nobody to represent us. But we've always got the COVID inquiry. Your COVID inquiry's a lot of shite. Taxpayers' money and wasting everybody's time. A slap in the wrist does not cut it for this. Too many people died. Oh my God, let's talk about the midazolam and morphine that they put in people's bodies during COVID. So unfortunately I fell for this bullshit. But now I can see the truth. I put a video regarding Tommy. And what I said was, what they try to do this man is ridicule because you only see a one-sided narrative. Nobody gets to see my story because I get heavily suppressed. I've never been suppressed as much as you, mate. But I've got fucking respect for you for standing your fucking ground. You know, they all talk about the Great Reset. But you know what? Let these words echo around the UK and around the world. Scotland, England, Ireland and Wales and the rest of it. Let's begin the Great Revolution. London, bring them on!
The Scotsman brought the fire. That is justified anger. He didn't talk there about the problems he's had from the vaccine. It's changed his life, it's ruined his life, and it's ruined so many lives, and it was all a lie. Well done, John. Now, freedom of speech. What does it cost you in your family to speak the truth and speak freely? Probably not as much as it costs some. I sat down with a girl, Mariah Khan, is why I have so much respect for ex-Muslims. Because when they speak out, they risk losing everything, okay? As well as being punishable by death. So we've got an audience, Mariah, come up, introduce yourself. Give her a round of applause, everyone.
A few words nonetheless. So Tommy Robinson once said, courage comes with fear. Pretty deep, right? Because fear pushes each and every one of us outside our comfort zones. And that's why I'm standing talking to you here today. My mum always said, fear is a false emotion appearing real. F-E-A-R. But let's get one thing straight. None of you have come here today based on a false emotion. All I see is a crowd full of people who know exactly what they want and mean what they say. Each and every one of you here today is here because they care for and love this country. And it's time to stand your ground. For the last 15 years or so, whenever Tommy had the guts to say and confront the harsh realities of Islam in this country, his message fell on deaf ears, including mine. Not anymore. I had to leave this beautiful city, the country I was born in, to realize what horrors lie on the other side of various parts of the world. It's only now I realize what must be protected at all costs. It's not racist to care about your country. It's not racist to love your country. It's not far right to care about it. It should not upset the establishment or the media. And, sorry. In fact, it's your prerogative to do so. Thanks, guys. Most people here today, not least Tommy, would have been called any of these names, probably been cancelled to some varying degrees or at least vilified. I can't speak for everyone here, but what I can say is all I see is good, hard-working, concerned, loyal patriots dedicated to the preservation of their country and culture. And too damn right. Why not? Britain's amazing. This country's amazing. How have we got to the point where even a Union Jack flag on a window is frowned upon? But my entire neighborhood could be swimming in a flurry of red, green, and white in support of Palestine. How did we get here? I'll tell you how. By being one of the most irresponsible and spineless countries in Europe. By embracing the very people who want to bring this nation to its knees. By that, I mean for far too long we've allowed British culture to be pushed around while we bend over backwards to appease others. This needs to stop. We need to treat the degradation of our cities, including London, the spaces, the obsession with diversity, for the sake of it, and a massive no to anyone thinking they can operate parallel legal systems, Sharia or any other, in this country. This is England. We need far less immigration and much more integration. And let me be clear, we have no need for Sharia in this country as we have one of the most esteemed judicial systems in the world. Yes, we have problems, but they're nowhere near on the scale of countries grappling with 7th century tribal desert revenge laws. Thank you, Sharia, but we'll pass. Coming back here a few years ago and seeing the state of things as they currently are didn't give me much hope. In fact, I was planning to leave again, but not anymore, not today. A day like this gives me hope for the future of Britain. Seeing all you beautiful people out here today, from up and down the length and breadth of this island, this is something extraordinary. Thank you, Tommy. Do not cower. Stand up for your values. And as I can clearly see today, the people of Great Britain have spoken. If the media and politicians want to remain blind, then so be it. But we will no longer stay or be silenced. Thank you. Peace and love, everybody.
Who watched the Paris Olympic Open ceremony? An absolute disgrace, a total attack on Christianity. This country was built on Christian culture, Christian foundations. I'm going to hand the prayer up, I'm going to hand the microphone over to Joseph, the stage is yours.